All right, boys. So, welcome to day 2 of the Spartan 60-day calisthenic challenge, or 60-day Spartan calisthenic challenge, whatever the hell it's called. All right, boys. So, once again, we're going to get started with a warm-up, all right, and then we're going to go through the workout. All right, I want you to do 3 sets of every workout and the amounts and time frames that I've listed here that I'm going to speak to you. All right, you only got to do the warm-up once. I didn't mention that yesterday, so if you did the warm-up 3 times, good shit. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna warm up with high knee taps, okay? So for this one, guys, put your hands out in front of you like this and kick your knees up into it. Once again, good way to get the blood flowing, especially the lower extremities. 10. 15. 20. 25. Keep going. 30. That should exhaust you right off the rip. So for that one, guys, definitely try and bounce on your calves if it's hurting your knees. Otherwise, do it at the pace you can. You don't have to blitz through it, okay? So we're gonna get started with shoulders. So the first thing we're gonna do is what's known as a pike push-up, right? What pike's push-ups are is a half a handstand. So you try and get your hips as far over your head or your shoulders as you can. The farther you get your hips over you, the more weight is loaded onto your shoulders, the harder the exercise is. So it's kind of adjustable based on what you can do. So just don't put your hips as far forward if you're unable to do it. Pull them back a little bit. But with this one, you want your elbows to come down and go out. You don't want them to bow outwards like this again. Gonna do 10 of these. 6. Slow and controlled the whole time. 8. 10. All right, and the slower and controlled you do it, the more benefit you get out of it. All right, so if you go fast, you're only cheating yourself. You ain't cheating me. All right, now we're gonna go back into the single leg calf raises again. This time we're only gonna do 15 of them. So you might be wondering, why are we doing these again? Well, guys, your forearms, your abs, and your calves, that's 5, can be worked out virtually every day because they're the most endurance-focused exercises. Your hand is a manipulating digit, a manipulating extremity, all right, that your forearm controls, 10. So it's designed to be worn down and rebuilt on a quick notice. 15. Same thing with your calves. We're hunting predators, endurance predators. All right, so yeah, the cheetah can run 70 miles an hour for a minute, and then it's got to rest for a half hour because it's dead tired. We can walk all day. So the cheetah might go, you know, a mile ahead of us, but we'll catch up to it in about a half hour, no big deal. And then it'll run again, a half a mile, and we'll catch up to it in 15 minutes. Then it'll run a quarter of a mile. We'll catch up to it in about 5 minutes. 6. And then we get to eat it. It's the same thing with mammoths, the same thing with elephants, everything. 10. And the abs likewise transfer force between the lower and upper body. So it's meant to be used consistently and continuously. That's 15. For rotation and structural support. Okay, so boys, the next thing we're gonna do are shoulder taps. Now, with the shoulder tap, I'm gonna show it to you from the front view, like this, all right? And a lateral view like this. So the same thing, your shoulders are above your wrist to give you a firm foundation, so you have so you're not putting unnecessary strain on your wrist. All right, and then you shift your weight onto one hand and slowly reach up to tap your shoulders. If your butt's poking up, lower that bitch down. All right, it does not need to be up. And in fact, you get more of a workout on your abs if it's lower, because you're doing an isometric ab hold, you're doing a plank. Similar to the high to lows we did yesterday. All right, so we're gonna do 20 of these. That was 10, and I'm gonna show you from the front, see what it looks like. All right, boys, good stuff, keep it up. Now, guys, I designed these so that you're using different muscles repeatedly, like a circuit, so that this muscle is recuperated after you're done using this one, and then you do this one, and then that's good to go again, same thing. Continuous process. This is called circuit training. This type of circuit training makes it so that the lactic acid in your muscles is dissipating quickly enough, and your ATP, which is your energy, is replenishing quick enough so that you can just keep going. Now, your cardiovascular system, that's to say your breathing and your heart rate, your cardiac output capabilities, might not be enough to keep up with this. That's perfectly fine. Attempt it. Don't pass out. I doubt you'll pass out, but don't get yourself there. Take 30 seconds to a minute to breathe. After about 45 seconds, you got about 80% of your ATP back. So if you're waiting about a minute, you should have 90+% of it. All right, but I wouldn't rest any longer than that, because you're not doing yourself any favors. You want to keep your heart rate up. You want to keep the furnace burning. All right, so if the furnace is burning, the fat's burning. Okay? So now we're going to do scissor kicks. All right, so similar to the boat hold. So I want you to lift yourself up, and I want you to not let your feet touch the ground. Don't let your heels touch the ground. All right, you want to keep them up. Okay? It's similar to a boat hold, but you're doing the lower abs this time because your legs are moving. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. That's 10. All right, some of you might not have a lower back that's strong enough to do this. So what you're gonna do is take your hands like this, and you're gonna put a pad so that your knuckles, so the fat part of your hand, is resting right above your hip bones at the tail of your spine, or at the bottom end of your back, to give your lower back support. We're gonna work on your lower back. Eventually it'll get strong enough, but for now it's not. All right, boys, that's the extra 10 seconds there. All right, now we're gonna do what's known as switching push-ups. Yeah, you'll see me hitting myself because ants are attacking me. That's okay though, I don't mind, I'm out here for you guys. So we're gonna do what's known as switching push-ups. I'm gonna show you from an anterior point of view, which is to say the front. All right. So, it's really helpful if you have something to mark yourself, because you're gonna start, this is the middle, All right, you're gonna start with one hand on there, it doesn't matter which one. All right, you're gonna lower yourself, okay, like we did yesterday doing the push-ups. If you have to do it on your knees, that's fine. Do as many as you can off your knees and then switch to your knees, because if you do 3 off your knees and 7 on your knees, it's better than doing 10 on your knees because you did 3 harder ones. All right, that's beautiful, it's excellent, I'm proud of you. Keep it up, all right? So the switching push-up, you're gonna lower yourself and you're gonna drive your palms into the ground. So that was 10. Give yourself a second. We're going to do it again for another 10. All right. If that's too difficult for you, just do 10, okay? Don't beat yourself up. You're doing great. Oh, shit. All right, boys, those are hard. So if you can only do 10, good shit. All right, I'm gonna give you a high ceiling. All right, it's the same with children and it's the same with us because we're adaptable creatures. You give them a high ceiling and you force them to grow up to it. You don't dumb it down and bring the ceiling to them because that doesn't do anyone any favors. You make people stupid that way. You make them weak that way. You make them complacent that way. God made us the most adaptable creatures on the planet for a reason, all right? Because we need to be struck. We need to be chiseled. We need to be forged into what we need to become. We can't do it if we're taking it easy. So I give you a high ceiling. Rise up to it. I got faith in you. All right. Now we're going to do something to help your lower back known as dead bugs. All right, what a dead bug is your, all right. So you keep these at 90-degree angles. Let me get more centralized for you guys. You keep your legs at 90-degree angles. Don't let your hips, or don't let your heels dip. Don't do that. Keep them up. All right, you keep your hands up like this, like you're making a karate chop. All right, you let your left leg go down and your right arm go up. All right, and then you bring it back to the starting position. Then your left arm goes down and your right leg goes down. Not touching the ground and not touching the ground. Okay? And you bring it up. All right, we're going to do 20 of these. Six. 10. Hold them at the bottom for a moment, and you'll feel that strain your lower back. That's what we're looking for, because you're making a bridge. You'll feel it in your hips and your quads too. $18. $20. Good shit, guys. Now, you guys are gonna like this one. Damn, it's beautiful out, guys. Thank you, God. All right, boys, so you're gonna like this. So these are known as hand walks, all right? So, I'm very thirsty, so sorry, give me a sec. Make sure you guys have water on hand. I'm trying to make this one continuous video, so I'm not stopping and getting a drink or nothing. So make sure you have water on hand. Take a drink whenever you need it. Don't drink too much though, because it's better to take a bunch of small sips instead of a few big gulps. because like you're working out and you don't want to throw up the water for no reason, because then it doesn't do anything. So it's better you take a small sip between every set instead of one big gulp every 4 sets. All right. Now, get started in the push-up position. All right. Then you're going to walk backwards, and whichever hand, all right, so you see my left hand is behind my right hand. So that, try and keep your legs straight. It'll strain your hamstrings a bit behind the knees, that's fine. It's a little stretch. Whichever hand is not lower, all right, so my left hand's in front of my right, that's what's gonna come and touch your leg. Keep your ab tight when you're down here. Allow your hips to dip, okay? Keep your core tight. Then touch the other leg. Six. Guys, do 10 of these. 8. 'Whew. They're a little hard. Originally, I wanted you guys to do 20. But we'll just do 10 of them for now, okay? Take it slow, take it controlled. Don't speed through anything, guys. Take your time. All right? Now, for the last thing, we're going to do what's known as star sit-ups. All right, I'm going to show you an anterior and a lateral view so you see what the hell's up. While I'm catching my breath, you guys, thank God and use this as a time to catch your breath, huh? All right, boys. All right, so you're gonna lay like a starfish. All right, so your limbs going out in every direction. All right, you're gonna lift your left leg up, and then you're gonna reach to it with your right leg, or your right arm. All right? Now the goal of this, if you notice, my elbows are staying on the ground. All right? That's because if they come off the ground, you're just leaning forward doing a crunch. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is we're training your obliques, which need to have a twisting motion in it. So your elbow has to stay on the ground so that you have to twist. All right? The harder you twist, all right, the better it is. Now, guys, this will get rid of our love handles, all right, by training the obliques. It's very nice, okay? So, I just did 2 each side there. So now I'm going to show you from a side view, otherwise known as the lateral view. All right? We're going to do 10 of these, so it's 8 more each side. Try to go straight up. Don't necessarily lean like this. And it's not just trying to touch your toe, you're trying to touch past it on the outside. Four more each side. Hold it for a second at the top, guys. It burns, but that's what's gonna make you sexy. That's what's gonna make you strong. That burn is your home now. Remember that. Hey, give me 2 more because you thought about quitting. Each side. Good shit, guys. I'm proud of you. All right, boys, give me 2 more sets of this, and that concludes day 2 of the 60-day Spartan Calisthenic Challenge. God bless you guys. I'm proud of you for doing more than you did yesterday and all the days before. Keep making that 1% progress, and it's gonna pay you dividends beyond your wildest imagination, guys. God bless and take care.